Guys, this will be my farewell video to my high school career. There has been a lot that has gone on throughout my high school career, and I'll start from the very beginning. Band camp. My very first band camp. For those of you that don't know, I am in marching band. I play saxophone during marching season and oboe during concert season. With the fact that I play two instruments, I am expected to constantly switch between these two instruments. I want to say that if you're a band kid and you're watching this and you're in middle school, please join marching band. It's not as hard as it seems. It's actually a really fun experience. My first year in marching band, we had Mr. Cannon, the great infamous Mr. Cannon. And he was, I don't want to say he was harsh, but I don't want to say he was necessarily a quote unquote, I don't know why I do air quotes, but he wasn't harsh and he wasn't a very compassionate person, but he was there when someone needed a shoulder to cry on or a father figure. Yeah. Uh, if you're a middle schooler watching this and you're going to band camp next year, bring sunscreen. Seriously, bring like 40 bottles of sunscreen. You will thank me later. If you are going into band camp and you do not have sunscreen, you will end up as red as the handprint on my door. But, you will end up as red as this. The lettering in my bracelet. See, here in Florida, our marching bands, it was different, my first band camp, than the most recent band camp that I've been to. My first band camp, the first day was all newbies, all incoming freshmen, or all sophomores that knew how to play an instrument but didn't want to try marching band because, oh, hey, it's the band geeks. Some stereotype, right? But I remember I had a hard time making friends. Granted, it was the first day of band camp. I only knew one other person there. I actually knew like 5 because I went to middle school with them. But I personally knew everything about one kid because he was like my brother to me. But it was because he was like a brother to me. This one strand of hair is gonna do what it wants. Okay. But as I was saying, it was because this kid was like a brother to me. And this kid was the funnest, most awesome, outgoing, gay person in band. He inspired me to do more with band. He inspired me to try different things on my instrument because he could hit the triple super duper high C on trumpet. I couldn't even hit the triple high G on sax. And yes, there is such a thing. But, gee, 5 minutes wasted about marching band. But enough about band camp and marching band. Speaking of which, you will find that in every school there will be that one teacher that hates the band kids. Yeah, it'll happen. Because, okay, I remember back when our cheerleading coach hated the band kids. But in our defense, the band has been around longer than the cheerleading squad has. Because she hated us because we stole the spotlight from her cheerleaders. I'm sorry, the band has been around since the school has been built. But enough about band. Let's move on to lunch. Okay, so with the lunch shifts here in Florida, the way it works is we have a lunch, which is majority freshmen, sophomores, maybe a handful of seniors, but it's majority freshmen, sophomores. And that's around 10 o'clock on a regular school day. On Wednesday, I think I don't even know. Excuse my prolonged yawning. It is like 9:40 something here, and I am tired because I didn't get any sleep last night. Okay, so we have a lunch, which is at 10 o'clock. If you have a lunch, that's directly after third period, right before fourth period. B lunch is in between fourth and fifth period. That's the shortest lunch shift. I don't know the exact time, but that was the lunch shift that I first had when I was a freshman. It was an okay lunch shift because I had all my friends from marching band and I had a few other people, and we kind of just instantly clicked. C lunch. C lunch is closer to quote unquote lunchtime because it's between 11 and 12. So it's more appropriate for lunch. Whereas the first two lunch shifts are more so like breakfast and second breakfast. If you know where that's from, you are awesome. But, yeah. Okay. Electives. First of all, marching band. Gotta keep that one open if you're a band kid. You'll love it. I've taken ROTC, believe it or not. Yeah. Some plus size little white Irish chick with black hair and blue eyes has taken ROTC. You might ask yourself, what the fuck was I thinking? Okay, the thing with me is that my biological grandfather, the one that combined with my grandmother to make my mom, was a Marine. Like, 100% all the way Marine. Like, oorah Marine. And he died a Marine. So it's hard to talk about this because I didn't know him very well. So, give me a second. So when I found out that my high school was the Marine Corps program for JROTC, I immediately signed up because I wanted my grandfather to smile down upon me from heaven. Excuse me while I'll be right back.